Let's Spice family, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. It is Let's Talk Tuesday. Let's Talk Tuesday in your girl's crib today, guys. I just got home from work. I'm not really tired, just kind of mentally tired, and just my eyes hurt from looking at the computer all day. But other than that, I'm doing fabulous. And when I say fabulous, I mean fabulous. You guys, I got some new shades from Shein today, from Shein, and I'm telling you, I'm rocking the red bottom tips right here because I got on red pants, and then I got some gray on top. I'm rocking these today. I kind of like them. I got about like 30 pair of them, and I'll be sharing the love. I'll be showing you guys how they look. So anyhow, today on today's video, Let's Talk Tuesday, we're going to be talking about death and alcohol and health diseases that come with alcoholism, right? So I want to start with, I got a phone call the other day from my brother, and he's 50, I'm 56, he's 50, my sister's 55, and he's 54. And he's never been really a drinker in his life, but all of a sudden, like the last 2 years, he really had got into binge drinking a whole lot of alcohol. And he just tells me the other day that he has cirrhosis of the liver. And I'm like, what? I've been drinking since I was 18 years old, and luckily I stopped, 5 years sober, but you're not a drinker like that. I don't understand how you got cirrhosis of the liver. Well, he's got it under control. They got it under control right now, but literally his kidneys are just failing, and he stopped drinking, but still it doesn't help. It doesn't help because they're so far gone, right? So let's talk a little bit about alcoholism and health. Your health benefits. Your brain starts to deteriorate because your brain relies on the alcohol. Your brain functions with the alcohol, because that's what happened to me. I needed the alcohol to even function throughout the day, and because my brain needed it. It was already triggered to know that I had to have that glass of alcohol, and I had to have it to function throughout the day. So I was talking to him, and I was like, well, what's going on, bro? What's happening? Yeah, sis, I don't know. It's just that I said, this doesn't make any sense. But like even my husband died at 49 years old it was alcohol poisoning with cirrhosis of the liver with the anti-amphetamine poisoning, which mixing Tylenol for the pain because he had pancreatic disease. So mixing that together caused his death. So I'm like, oh, this is crazy. It doesn't make any sense because it happened so fast. So you cannot mix like Tylenol with alcohol, and a lot of Tylenol, just any Tylenol. Because when I was talking to the doctor, I was like, well, how would he die with mixing alcohol and Tylenol? And he says, well, those two just don't mix. And then the quantity of how much he was intaking to deal with his pancreatic pain, it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So now my brother, he's going through that cirrhosis of the liver, and I mean, I've been doing my research on things like that, and it's just crazy to know that. Not even just from long-term using alcohol, I thought you would get all these diseases and everything, but even a short period of time just by binge drinking every day, every night, every day, every night. I believe that's what he was doing all day, every day, just drinking. And then not only that, if you're not eating right, if you're not eating a balanced meal, if you're not drinking enough water, and that's all you're consuming is alcohol, and not, you know what I'm saying? He said he lost so much weight that I wouldn't even recognize him if I seen him, because they stay in Colorado, I stay in Georgia, so I haven't seen any pictures of him lately because I just recently talked to him from after I don't know how many years, 3 years, how long have I talked to him? But I'm just blown away, and I pray for him every day, and thank goodness he stopped. So hopefully that something can happen to where it reverses back. I don't know what happens with that, but like when my husband had that cirrhosis of the liver and the alcohol poisoning and all that, he died fast. I mean, it was like, okay, he's got that, he's in intensive care, call his people, tell everybody he's not gonna make it. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? What the hell just happened here? So yeah, and a lot has brought me to become this recovering alcoholic. I mean, I'm telling you, my mother was an alcoholic. Pretty much a lot of people that I knew was an alcoholic, and a lot of them has passed away. A lot of my cousins, aunties have passed away. Good people, and just couldn't kick that alcohol, and it killed them. Just ate them up, and they just lost so much weight, just didn't even look themselves. you know, because it starts eating you up on the inside. It really starts eating you up, you guys, that alcohol use. So, I mean, like me, I couldn't even say if I was just going to drink a glass of wine a day and be done with it. But no, you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic. Anything, any trigger, any little bit, any little sip can start me back up on that journey. And that's not the journey I want to take, right? So I tell my brother, I pray for him every day, dude, I just can't believe that this is happening to you, because you never was a drinker like this, and it just blows me away, right? So you guys, watch your alcohol consumption. You know, I mean, it's hard to say drink in moderation, but you know, especially if you are a alcoholic. If you drink every day, you're an alcoholic, guys. If you drink 3 times a week, all day, you're an alcoholic. I say to myself personally, when I was just, you know, I was drinking every day, but I'm just saying, if I said, okay, I'm drinking once a week, I was still considered an alcoholic, because, you know, you're still an alcoholic. You're still an alcoholic. But, you know, I'm so blessed to be here to tell my story, share my story, and hopefully it reaches out to people that, and my main concern is because I have gotten 2 DUIs, and don't drink and drive. You know, I'm dealing with somebody that's in the, at my work, where they 15 years in prison for, you know, drinking and driving and hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to go through life and the regrets of thinking about something like that? It's hurtful. You know what I'm saying? To have that on your conscience. And that is something that I definitely don't want on my conscience. And I pray to God every day and thank God every day that I did not hurt somebody out there with my reckless thinking, my critical thinking, my thinking pattern of thinking I can drink and drive. You know? So anyhow, like I said, you know, the health benefits, you guys, please do your research on alcoholism, because it is a disease and it is something that you have for life until the day you die. Because once you get into recovery and you start going to AA and NA and you get into some kind of therapy and counseling, you need to continue to do that. You need to continue to stay in your support system and stuff like that, because anything can happen to where you can take that one sip again and start all over again and be back in that vicious cycle of being an alcoholic, you know, period. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm telling you, I'm just glad I didn't get into the drugs along with it, because there's a lot of people that do drugs and alcohol, and that's a double whammy, a double shebang bang. So, I just wanted to get on here and talk. Let's Talk Tuesday, and I just want to just keep everybody's hope and keep everybody, you know, hoping and praying, because, you know, you can stop drinking, you can have recovery, you can have a beautiful life, and you can change, because it's all about your thinking pattern. It's all about how you think. It's changing your critical thinking. It's changing the way you think about people, your friends, your places, who you hang around with. You have to change it, especially if it's toxic to you, if it's toxic to your environment. If you know, you have to change it, because there's just no other way. You can't just drink a little bit. You can't do it, especially if you're an alcoholic, right? And we don't want that in our lives. We want to change that fact of being an alcoholic, and plus it's not good for your health. And the older you get, I noticed the older you get, because when I was in my 20s, I was cool drinking. In my 20s and my 30s, I was drinking because I was trying to be sociable. In my 40s, I started drinking a little bit because I was just needing it. And then when I started getting a little bit in my middle 40s, it was more for depression, to cover up pain, to just get through the day, because I was stressing and struggling through life, just holding on to something that was not good for me. So anyhow, guys, on the next note, this is Let's Talk Tuesday. This is your girl, the Spice Queen, and I hope to see you guys on the next Let's Talk Tuesday. I have got me some clothes from Shein that I'm going to be trying on, a clothing haul. It's some clothes that is totally out of my style. I don't dress like this. I've never dressed like this, but it's a business casual for my job, and I need to dress business casual and jump out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to be trying on those on some shorts video, and I want you guys to stay tuned for that and see what I got going on with the clothes attire, because let me tell you something. I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable in it, but you guys can be the judge of that. So don't forget to check out my other channel I have. It's the cooking channel. It's Cooking with the Spice Queen. Go check that out, guys. I got some merch that I sell over there. Go check out some cooking recipes. I have Freestyle Friday, which I just go in. It's kind of my therapy therapy, which I go in and just put anything together with all these mixing and matches of these amazing seasonings and just create a dish on Freestyle Friday. Do your thing, chicken wing, cook how you want, be how you want, be free, and do what you do. All right? Holla at your girl, and I will see you guys on the next freaking video. Smooches!